married to an entrepreneur is hard work, but it's worth it when it works.
You got your hands full every day like I do. You got kids, you got a marriage that you're trying to work, a business that you're trying to make work, and finding time for the kids, and keeping it spontaneous. Boy, that was good last night.
Nobody teaches you how to manage a business or manage a relationship or marriage. Everybody's just trying to do the best that they can. The purpose of the show is to give you some tools on how to make the marriage and the business work. We don't do it perfect, but we're figuring it out. Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the G&E Show, which of course stands for Grant and Elena, but as we like to say, greatness and excellence. Me, of course, being the excellence portion of that.
You're already starting.
But the G&E Show is here with a purpose, Mr. Cardone,
Yes.
which is we support marriages, relationships,
Right.
and
That's right.
And we think it is the most important business that you have.
That's right.
And you know
It might
what
not
happens,
ring the cash register, but it's important, right?
It is important. You know, happiness is important. What happens when the
Happiness.
two worlds collide?
But do marriage-
The female, male. I mean, just look at the desk, for instance. You see, there's like a melging of the two worlds.
Don't touch my microphone, okay?
Sorry, that
You're
was an
already-
accident.
Yeah.
But we love you guys. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in
We
every week.
support
We love
you.
your comments on YouTube,
Why are you
by the way.
repeating me? I already said that. You're being an echo.
We love your comments on YouTube, okay? If you want to call in and be a first call in on the show today, 305-865-8668. 305
865-8668.
Love to hear your
You can always
question.
follow me at Elena Cardone.
Yeah.
Have to remember.
We got a great show planned for you today. First, you want to talk about where we're...
First, I want to tell you that in 4 days, we're heading off
Thursday,
to
Friday, Saturday,
Sunday. We're heading off to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya to see Grant at the 10X seminar. It's gonna
Four seminars. By the way,
Yeah.
customized specifically for this event.
So look, if you're still thinking about going to this seminar and you have not purchased your tickets yet,
Dude, there's a reason why you keep thinking about it, right?
That's what I was going to say. See, great minds. Ta-da! So go ahead and get your ticket now. Go to 10xseminar.com and just stop thinking about it. Get it out of your head and book it. We'll
Dude, we
see
got
you
a
there.
lot of unbelievable people going down there with friends, family, employees, companies.
Children-os,
I know you're like,
the
oh man,
kiddos.
it's last minute. I wish I had more warning. Maybe you're hearing about it right this second for a reason. I know that when I followed my intuition for my self-improvement in my life, it's been one of the best
It's been
things.
marvelous, darling. Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
No, it's been unbelievable, okay?
Okay, so listen. Now,
You didn't go out with me because I fit every part of the things you wanted.
that is extremely true.
How many times did you think about like hooking up with me, like literally privately? That you're like, yeah, maybe I will. I wonder what he is like. How many times did you think about that before you actually decided to go out with me? You mean you said yes the first that
No,
didn't
I
make any
said
sense.
no for 13 months. Then
Yeah.
you became friends with
know,
my
but
friends. You
somewhere-
got in the circle. Then we
somewhere-
started hanging out. And then I started having like, well,
But somewhere along
Maybe.
the 13 months, exactly. How
but
many
not
times,
before. Not before we started hanging out as friends. But anyway, let's get on.
But how
into-
many times did you actually think maybe
No.
before you said yes?
Oh yeah, several. Okay, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
It was just
Sure.
a little bit
nobody
later.
says,
in
you
the,
don't get the yes in the same time. Get the yes. Okay. There's something that goes on. The decision maker
You have to
makes decisions before
think
they
about
actually verbalize to the universe. Okay, I'm doing this. Go ahead.
Good point. All right, so last night I am surfing the internet. I love to do this as like, just in sheer
Yeah,
entertainment.
she loves to surf the internet.
I do. I don't know why. It's just
surfing.
surfboard. Anyway.
Is that like some old term, surfing the internet? It seems like it would be a really dated term by now. Kind of, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I come across this article.
Were you in a one-piece or a two-piece surfing the internet?
Two.
Okay.
So it's this article on forgiveness, which I don't even know why I'm finding myself reading because
rarely. I'm actually not mad at you for
I
anything
literally,
right now.
she tells me about this article she's reading. I'm like, why are you reading about that? You don't have anything to forgive me for.
Usually it's like a hint, listen to this article, and then it segues into the situation. So I think you were kind of prepared for, what's she getting at with this whole forgiveness article?
Yeah.
But the key, the article is forgiveness is the key to happiness.
Guy named Evan Mark Katz, dating coach.
Yeah. Anyway, Grant got so... we had
never
started
heard so
having
much
this,
garbage in one freaking article in my
and
whole
then,
life.
And then I was like, you know what? Refer to the article, because now I'm actually kind of getting a little peeved. Last night.
Yeah. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
Not
This cat's saying forgiveness is the way to keep your marriage going.
Well, it is important. See, this
I want
is
to
where
know
we
what you
debate.
think. I want to know what you think.
Okay,
Call
so-
305-865-8668. Do you think forgiveness is the key to a marriage or relationship working? 305-865-8668. I also like to hear if you've ever forgiven someone and then later found out there wasn't any change. Did you forgive someone and all of a sudden, that made everything better? That's what I really want to hear, because this cat, what he's saying, tell him what they're saying.
Okay, so this is the highlight in the article. Okay, so he says, you want to know what men value more than looks, wit, intelligence, or common interests? Acceptance. He says, find the man you can accept. And Jesus, what are you doing? Is it really that much of a problem for you?
Okay, go ahead.
Lord, find the man you can accept, and I promise he will give you his everything. That includes accepting things you don't like about him.
This is ridiculous.
Wait,
Listen
just
to what
let
this
me
cat's
finish,
saying. Okay, you're out cheating on the chick.
No, we're not talking about cheating. We're talking about when you leave, first of all, like when you steal my toothbrush, which is gross in and of itself, and then you leave it in a puddle of water, and I've told you 1,000 times that really bugs me and not to do it, and you do it over and over and over.
That's not what he's talking about. Okay, that's ridiculous. Nobody would write an article about somebody leaving their toothbrush on the side of it. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, if your relationship is down
when you say something,
Elena,
that I'm always having to go behind you and apologize
this
for
is why
because you don't have an
relationships
edit.
don't work right here, okay? Because you start talking about bullshit that doesn't matter. Like, do you really think this guy wrote an article about forgiveness?
I think he took it from the toothbrush all the way to the cheating. Okay. I think it can be the whole spectrum. Okay.
He says, don't be in a relationship with a guy whom you feel you have to constantly micromanage, where he's forced to apologize 100 times a day. Okay. If you have to first of all, if you have to read this article for your freaking advice, you don't belong in a damn relationship. Okay. I mean, it's just, let's keep it real. Okay. Stay with this is Grant Cardone and at Elena Cardone on both Instagram and Twitter.
Operative word at Elena Cardone. Stay with us. We're going to debate this.
Look, we're not going to debate it. I'm going to show you exactly what you got to do. Wait and see what I do this year. It's going to be freaking over the top crazy, okay? Show me some love. Come on now. I want to talk to you today about success. What you're learning here will go with you for the rest of your life. You're getting me excited right now. If you're average, you'll hate me.
Being able to live where you want requires that you produce, even when you don't want to.
Every day they're freaking out there. Every day I'm hustling.
Saying, hey man, I want to put my hustle on in the hustle country of the planet, America, the great USA.
Hey, Grant Cardone, scream about it? You want to bitch, complain? Go ahead.
This is the worst job market in the history of the United States of America.
The truth is, get back to promise and hope followed up with work. Completely committed, completely dedicated. It's not work, it's a passion.
Turn that camera on. Is it loaded? Do you have battery in it? Turn it on and follow me.
It's a Wi-Fi hotspot.
What does that mean, man?
We could Skype. We can do whatever you want. All right.
I can do a video here, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Are you looking for the keys to success? Are you not sure how to break out and move forward in your life? If you are asking these questions, you need a way to take massive action. A way to develop the right attitude, the right approach, every minute of every day. The Grant on the Go 4-book MP3 package is the solution. Included are all 4 of Grant Cardone's best-selling books, Download to one device or to all of them. With over 30 hours of content designed for sales, closing, finance, and career, with special exercises to ensure you know the data. Grant on the Go is narrated by Grant Cardone himself, a personal coach for sales, motivation, negotiations, keeping your pipeline full with no blank space on your calendar. An $800 value. On sale now for $249.99. Order now at grantcardone.com/Grant on the Go. This is a $1 million program. Go to grantcardone.com/Grant on the Go. Be productive, take action, and make the moves that are vital to your success. Order now at grantcardone.com/Grant on the Go today. There are 7 billion people in the world. Who are you? How are you different?
7 billion people on planet Earth. There's a small portion of them that want greatness.
Seller Be Sold, book and audio package.
You can't get away from this idea that you just have to sell more.
Voted the #1 business sales book by Axiom Gold Awards. Now, for the first time ever, in audio, read by Grant Cardone. If you want to get your way in business and in life, call 800-368-5771. Seller Be Sold, book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771 today.
Are you tired of missing sales? Come on, be honest. My name's Grant Cardone. I know your frustrations. Look, whether your people sell over the phone or in person, whether you sell a tangible or an intangible, I can increase the sales of any company by at least 15% guaranteed. Go to tiredofmissingsales.com and I'll show you the top 3 reasons your salespeople don't make those extra sales. Go to tiredofmissingsales.com.
Hey, welcome back. This is Grant Cardone at Elena Cardone on the G&E show. Elena, let me just give you an upbreak as we're halftime for the World Cup.
Woohoo!
Elena's big loss for the day is she just lost an Instagram follower.
Wait, I might have recovered one by now.
Okay, I mean this is
Nope, they're still down.
I love you, baby,
By
but I
one.
got to tell you, we're talking about an article a guy she brings to me last night. She's like, "Hey, what do you think about this article by dating coach Evan Mark Katz?"
I think
Hang on.
forgiveness is important in a
He says
relationship.
forgiveness is the key to happiness. Find a man you can accept, and I promise he will give you his everything. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Number one, I hadn't done anything for you to forgive me for. Number two, this cat says, I said, let me see the article. This includes accepting things that you don't like about him, and largely keeping quiet about him. Talk about sexism. Keep quiet. As long as it's not hurting you. If you can't accept him as he is, then don't date him. But don't be in a relationship with a guy whom you feel you have to constantly micromanage when he's forced to apologize 100 times a day. And I left and I said, ladies, if the guy you're with, you're having to apologize for 100 times a day, okay, you're either broken or he's broken. Okay, if you gotta apologize, if you gotta tell a guy he did something wrong 100 times a day,
Yeah, that's a little
something
extreme.
is wrong
Yeah.
with you, and that's why I'm telling you. And the second thing I said to you last night is, look, dude, forgiveness is nothing. Change is everything. Change, don't forgive. You don't need to forgive me.
Yeah, you know what you told me last night? You're like, you don't need to forgive me. You need to change. And that might be
Yeah.
in certain circumstances, or you need to change.
Okay, well, let me give you some examples. Okay.
You know, how do you get you to change when it's you that needs to change?
She says the cat's right. Forgiveness or change. I want you to call in 305-865-8668. Tell me about a time when you forgive somebody and there was no change. Or tell me about a time when you forgave somebody for some bullshit that they did and all of a sudden they changed because you forgive them. You forgiving me don't make me change. Okay, let me give you an example.
Give me an example.
Let's say me and you had a budget. Okay, husband and wife have a budget, and they're like, we're
Yep,
not
happens
spending
all the time.
over $1,000 on Christmas. And then the wife goes out and spends $1,300. Why would I forgive you for violating our agreement?
Well, I don't know, but you'd have to figure it out in order to get over it,
I don't need to get over it, dude. I need you to change. I need you to change, okay? I need you to change now.
Well, then, yes,
I'll
I
give you another
agree.
example.
You
Let me
can't
give you
be
another example.
breaking agreements. The person breaking the agreements in that situation does have to change.
So do you want to just agree with
But I mean,
me?
are you not going to forgive and just keep harping
I don't
and
need-
playing the situation over and throwing it back? You spent $1,300. You spent $1,300
No,
for the next 6
but-
months.
but me-
when comes the forgiveness and let it go?
Me not forgiving has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to change or not. Or it doesn't mean I'm going to harbor a resentment.
I think forgiveness is more for the person that is being affected by harboring the ill feelings.
A guy you're in a relationship with. Let's say you're in a relationship with a guy named Larry.
Okay, let's say.
And Larry
Suppose there was
goes
a guy
out.
named Larry.
Larry goes out.
I don't know why I would go out with a guy named Larry.
Larry goes out and cheats on you.
Yeah, okay, that sounds pretty accurate, actually.
Okay, you want to forgive Larry, or do you want Larry to change?
I want Larry to
Good.
change.
You have an employee. You got an employee. The employee says, "I'm coming in at 8:00 in the morning." Mm-hmm. Doesn't get in there till 8:30.
The employee's got to change.
You want to forgive Larry, or you want Larry to change?
I want Larry to change, but you're misunderstanding.
No, I don't.
Okay, like in the case of somebody cheating, like there has to come a point where if they do something to earn my trust again, which that is a pretty difficult one.
Have you forgiven them yet?
Yeah, of course, because I don't really
But
care.
they haven't done anything. Why would you forgive them?
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean,
I want to talk to Daniel. Daniel from Murray, Kentucky.
All right, let's hear.
Daniel, what do you think, bro?
Hey, I see you guys are talking about forgiveness, so I have a question about that.
Yeah. I appreciate you calling in, first of all. Thank you for calling and listening.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are a real inspiration for me with everything, so I want to thank you guys for that. Okay, well,
Can
my
I hit it
question
right
is
now,
that-
though, Daniel? Would you give me permission to just crack her over the head once?
What?
Can I just crack her over the head one time?
I give you permission. Go ahead.
Pow.
Ow!
Okay, go ahead, man. What's your question?
Okay, well, I was just thinking that a lot of times the most important decision is deciding whether or not to forgive somebody or to just say screw them and let them go. And I'm 100% about being positive and creating the best situation for myself. So I want to know if you have certain guidelines or set points where you're like, okay, that's it, let them go, or give them another chance. Like if you have any real set points to where you decide that.
That's a great question.
I have an answer
Go
to
ahead.
that, sure.
Let's see what you got.
This is what I would do.
I hope this
Like,
makes sense, though.
this might be a bit female, but what I would do is I would assess the whole scene. What happened? What were the circumstances? How do you contribute to other areas of my life on a more consistent basis rather than the one transgression? If the one transgression came out of a drunk moment or some situation that was very rare and very odd, and the person like felt terrible about it, was willing to handle the situation, make up the trust, go above and beyond to get back into the graces of me or you in that situation, I would have to weigh that one out. If the person is constantly pulling me down in other areas of my life, I'm gonna cut them out. They're cancerous to me. They're gone. It's over. There's no second chances. But I would have to really
to forgive somebody if they're like more important in your life. Like if they're a close family member, are you more willing to put up with their stuff, or should you be harder?
Yeah,
on them?
I would just say, Daniel. I don't think it's about a close family member, friend, or customer or employee. Like you got to look at, hey, is there a contribution they're making? And I agree with you on this, Elena. Is there a contribution they're making to me in my life that's greater than the out point? If they're on a scale from 1 to 10, they're 9.8. I got to look over a couple of things, because if I'm micromanaging to that point where like, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you're the one with the problem now, not them. So it's the overall contribution. There's 8 billion people on planet Earth.
are they a repeat offender?
Are you? You jump on me one more time like that, okay?
Pow!
Chris just called in from Miami. He hung up first. Is he back on? He hung up, but he's like, I agree with Grant, man. There's too much forgiving going on and not enough change. We got a president of the United States. He built this whole freaking the government on change, and there wasn't any. So what am I going to do? Forgive him? Well, the America gave him and voted him back in again. So, hey, Daniel, I thank you for calling. It's a great, great question, and one I know that me and Elena will talk about.
And family, I have a tendency
tonight.
to be a little more lenient, but yet at the same time, look, if they're not good for me, then
They're not good
they're
for
not
you,
going to
baby.
get.
That's it.
They don't just
That's
get
black
carte blanche
or white.
because
This is
they're
Grant Cardone. This
family.
is at Elena Cardone. She needs a couple Instagram followers because she lost some for
I lost
some reason
one.
this
I
morning.
just lost one.
You're watching and listening and streaming
back.
on the G&E show where we talk about marriage and business colliding with one another. When we come back, we're going to give you 5 steps to make a decision. 5 steps to forgiveness or 5 steps to change. I'm going to be in Mexico in the next 4 days. She's coming with me if she keeps acting right. Stay with us. We'll be right back. This is the G&E show.
Selling is one thing. Closing a transaction is something completely different.
If you don't close, you lose. Stop losing. Start closing deals. Make the decision. Discover over 100 ways to ink the deal.
Got to be able to ask for the close in several different ways.
Your job isn't complete until your customer has taken delivery of your product or service.
My job is to help the client make a decision.
Call 800-368-5771 for the Closer Survival Guide book and audio package today.
Your money is in closing a deal. And recommit to your career. Recommit to your profession. Understand the rules of closing a deal.
The Closer Survival Guide book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771. Call 800-368-5771 and start closing today.
Grant Cardone saved my business.
About 6 months ago, I found Grant Cardone on YouTube and I instantly liked what he was saying. I wanted to know how to go out and get the sale. I wanted to know when I wanted money, how to turn the faucet on and get money. I call that money on tap. And Grant Cardone taught me how to get that stuff.
Whatever it takes, do what you got to do. Go get it, what you want in your business and in your life.
I need a new guru, somebody who's really up to date and modern, and that's when I found Grant Cardone, and that's when I found 10X.
Look, massive, 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 massive action. What are you waiting for? You're either going to have more or you're going to have less. Make the decision, get committed, read the books, get to the seminars, take action.
If you're trying to build a massive brand, I think there's nobody better in the country than Grant Cardone.
Your time is now. Get your 10X book and audio today. Visit grantcardone.com/10X or call 800-368-5771. One of those people not satisfied with good? If you're at $100 and want to go to $100,000, or if you're at $1 million and want to achieve $10 million, it's time to change your game. When are you going to make the move? If you want more freedom, if you want more choices in your life, then Grant Cardone's MP3 Game Changer package is for you. It's the 10X rule. The Rules of Success and Sell or Be Sold was narrated by Grant Cardone himself. Learn to go from nothing to everything, from being unknown to being known worldwide. Grant wants you to have your freedom and to achieve your highest potential. A $700 value on sale now for $179.99. Grant Cardone came from nothing and is now a multi-millionaire. The information contained in this package got him there. You need the tools, the inspiration, the guidance, and the technique to achieve your potential. Order now at grantcardone.com/game changer. That's grantcardone.com/game changer. Always be moving forward. Find your freedom and your opportunity. Order your Game Changer MP3 package today. Are you one?
Hey, welcome back. This is Grant Cardone and
Elena Cardone.
And you're on the G&E show, right, E?
Oh, yeah.
I'm G, you E.
Uh-huh.
I'm great. You excellent?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
Oh, I wanted to thank the Snooge real quick for becoming my...
Not the Snooge.
That's what it was. The Snooge.
The cat's name is the Snooge.
That's what on Instagram he made up for my lost followers, so thank you.
Folks, we're talking about forgiveness or change, baby. Which one you want, okay? I just had a buddy, a Twitter buddy, okay? I think that makes us buddies. His name, his Twitter handle is... James Jarrett, James A. Jarrett. Follow at James A. Jarrett. This is how you get Twitter followers.
Damn.
Okay? Look, this cat sends me this. Look what he sends me. Sorry, I'm fresh out of forgiveness. How about a nice fuck off instead.
Whoa!
Now, this cat is clearly not over whatever happened to him. Right? He is definitely not forgiven. She's probably not changed, or he has not changed. All right. Who do we have? We got Chris on? We have Chris on. Is Chris back?
Grant.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Great. You're 100% correct.
Tell me why, Chris. Why am I right?
Well, the point that you made, if you make an agreement, and you have an agreement with your spouse or your friend or whatever, and then they actually break that agreement, it's forethought. So they're not being ethical at all.
Yeah, dude.
So
I agree.
They made a decision. They knew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not going to go over the $1,000 budget. Then they did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I tell my kid, you can't take the car out. But then they do. This is not like incompetence. It's like I made a decision to violate an agreement.
That's common sense 101.
Yeah. Common sense, the funny thing about common sense, it ain't so common.
Exactly.
I think we got a liar on our hands.
Yep.
Well,
so I don't know if you forgive about that. Maybe once or twice. If it's your wife, you have to forgive a couple times. But there comes a point where...
Yeah, but I want my damn $300 back.
All right, you guys
checks in the mail.
What'd he say?
You guys are the best.
Dude, you're the best.
You.
I thank you for calling in, man. You on Twitter or Facebook? Where are you?
I'm on there. I'm following you all the time.
Are you following out Elena Cardone?
Elena, I'm following you too. You just retweeted my show from your last week's show.
You're awesome, dude. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
Baby.
Folks, this is a G&E show. Daniel says I'm right. Chris says I'm right. I got people sending me freaking postcards saying I'm right. Robert says I'm right. Paulie? Oh, Paulie says, yeah, of course you're right.
No one is disputing, okay? I just need to make myself clarified here.
What's it feel like to be an outcaster right now?
No, definitely change, okay? Definitely. I'm all for the change because I'm not about like, oh, you can stomp all over me and you're forgiven 1,000 times.
Yeah, but dude, some of the stuff you're...
No! I'm not saying that either.
But some of the stuff you're surfing and running into, like you ran into these... Go ahead, read the 5 steps because it's going to get worse from here.
Okay. 5 steps to forgiveness in marriage. This is by Nancy Jergens.
Jerkins.
Excuse me. Let's be. Oh, there you go again.
Nancy.
Okay. So Nancy says, and I think forgiveness is more for the person that has to get over, being disappointed by the broken agreements. So, number 1, she says forgiveness is a choice.
Not a feeling.
Not a feeling. We may not like forgiving. We may want to harbor anger and hurt and make him pay.
And then she goes into watch the
done.
number 2
But
things. Watch how confused this person
once you decide
is.
you want to grant forgiveness, you begin to work through those feelings.
Now watch number 2. Listen to this.
Okay. I know you hate this part,
Listen.
and I'm not even sure I
Listen to
agree
this.
because you are who I have to deal with. Share your hurt. Ooh. After your husband...
First, she says forgiveness is not a feeling. Number 2, she says now share your hurt, which is a feeling.
After your husband has apologized and asked for forgiveness, you need to talk about the matter before you move on. Yeah. It might be uncomfortable, but you need to share how you feel. Don't point a finger. She does say that. Just share how you feel so he'll understand the depth of your hurt.
Yeah, folks, I'm going to tell you something.
Make sure you feel heard before you move on.
When you step into this whole feelings and emotional space, this is where your relationship's going to get in trouble. I feel like this. I feel like that. That hurt my feelings. Now you're into the freaking voodoo land, baby. You're into a place where nobody can measure.
You do have to gut up. You have to get your armor. You can't be so darn sensitive. But if it's a real issue,
now, I like the number 3.
And it has to talk.
I like number 3.
Okay, number 3, Grant Cardone approves. Plan for change. The goal here is not to punish with requirements, but to set up guidelines that you both agree.
Yeah, what you gonna do, babe?
I know
What
you
gonna
like the
do?
word agree to.
The thing about a speeding ticket, when I hear about this, I think about a speeding ticket. I'm going 80 miles an hour. Guy gives me a speeding ticket, right?
Yes.
Doesn't mean I'm going to change anything. I know when I leave. Literally, how many people are speeding within 80 feet of leaving the ticket they just got? Number 4.
I don't do that.
Number 4.
Okay, I wasn't finished with playing for 3.
You don't need all the details.
Anyway, 4.
Most of this is junk.
Okay, so I love number 4. Stop the video.
I love
the
this.
video of
The
that,
video.
that situation.
The motion picture you're
Do not replay
playing.
your husband's infraction over and over and over again in your mind.
Yeah, why don't you look at some of your own damn infractions? How about playing? How about rewind your own shit?
Damn.
How about rewind some of your own transgressions? Like you perfect. Who's perfect? Nobody's perfect.
You know, the only benefit about running the video is because I'm so witty and creative. And when I run the video, I get these like pow, like one-liners, like, oh, I should have said that. I got
Number 5, give yourself time, okay?
Prepared,
let me tell you, this lady's got so much garbage, it's unbelievable. She needs to get into waste management business. That's how much bullshit and garbage she's got, okay? She ran out of shit to write about, so she's like, let me write some stuff up. Came up with 5 things. One of them was decent. The other 4, garbage. Number 5, give yourself time. For what? I ain't done nothing.
If you had done something. Just deciding to forgive will not strip away all the pain.
I want to talk to
let's
Chris.
say if you cheated.
Bail me out,
give
bro.
yourself time to get over it and for you to make
Talk to me, brother. Appreciate you calling in.
I appreciate you guys taking my call. You guys are awesome, first of all.
Oh, thank you, man.
And, I just want to say that I agree 100% with what you guys are both laying out in today's.
Well, bro, you can't agree with both of us, though, man.
Yes, you can. We do actually agree.
Both you guys have excellent points. It's kind of hard not to agree with both.
Yeah, but come on, man. You got 1 foot in yesterday and 1 foot in tomorrow, and you're gonna piss on today. Take a side, bro. Take a side.
All right, Grant. I gotta go with you, man. I love everything you put out, man. And the thing with forgiveness is, if you don't let it go, it's gonna hamper your progression.
Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah. No, that's right. You're right. You're right. You got to forgive. But at what point, Chris, are you looking for change from that person? I'm sure you've had somebody do something to you before, and you're like, dude, that was not even cool.
Yeah, you can. Shit, I can count it on both hands. But honestly, I didn't know that was the problem until you sit back and think about it, and you have to decide to let it go. It ain't going to do anything for you if you keep laying on it.
Hence forgiveness.
How can we follow you, Chris?
Chris Espinola 1, at Chris Espinola 1 on Twitter.
All right. I like it, man.
I'm
all over,
I like
bro.
that Massachusetts too. At
you
Twitter.
Like that?
At Twitter.
Hey, thanks for calling in, bro. Appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, do you have some comments I would like you to read?
Look. If you're all in, okay. If you're all in, this is the thing I would say about it. Look, if you're all in, then you do both.
So now we do agree with me.
You know, if you're all in, you got to do both at some point. You got to get over the little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a forgiveness issue, though. Like, I don't think about forgiving you for something.
Yeah, because I'm pretty next to perfect.
Yeah. But so I'm not in. You know, I don't even think about. I need to forgive Elena for that.
But put yourself in my shoes.
But look, okay, I will in a second. Okay. I actually have worn your shoes a couple of times.
Oh, now that's scary.
Okay.
Now you're freaking me out a little.
And some other things too. It was neat. So number 1, if you're all in on your marriage, if you're all in committed, you're going to do both. At points, you're going to do both. Okay. I spend more time on change than I spend on forgiveness. I don't spend time thinking about, I need to forgive so and so. I literally don't spend any time on that. I'm like, I need to forgive somebody because they did something to me. You either forgive or you don't, dude. I mean, really, how do you go about, I need to forgive Robert for something? Well, who's got the hang up then? Okay. He's either making his changes or he's not. So, number 2, look, if you have a great partner like I have, then I'm the one doing all the changing. Okay. That had to win me some freaking points for somebody.
It's got you some skin if you don't leave me hanging. There you go.
Skin don't dress like that. You know that dress looks good on you?
Why, thank you.
It looks better on the floor. See, that's what you do, baby. That's what you do. Then you don't need to worry about the forgiveness and the change shit. You just set it up all day for later tonight. Look, man, this is important. Marriage is the most important business you're going to be in. If you're in a relationship and you're not thinking about getting married, then what kind of relationship are you really in anyway? Okay, one day you're going to have to put the stamp on it and say, this is all in. I'm all in. All the time.
And we believe
every
marriages
day.
are important.
And I think it's important.
Fight for your relationship.
Fight for it, baby. Fight for it. Stand up for it.
Thanks
Figure it out.
for tuning in to the G&E Show. Follow Grant at Grant Cardone. Follow Mademoiselle at Elena Cardone. If you haven't gotten your 10X seminar, do yourself a favor. Just do it now. 10xseminar.com. We'll
And
see you next week,
lastly, Young Hustlers tomorrow, Thursday at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
I just want you to know.
Me and my boy.
It ain't well, man.
At Jared Grant.
But we're about to go.
It's a freak show, baby. It's a freak show in my life. I hope it's a freak show in your life. Be great.
But be who I am.
Peace out.
There are 7 billion people in the world. Who are you? How are you different?
7 billion people on planet Earth. There's a small portion of them that want greatness.
Seller Be Sold, book and audio package.
You can't get away from this idea that you just have to sell more.
Voted the #1 business sales book by Axiom Gold Awards. Now, for the first time ever, in audio, read by Grant Cardone. If you want to get your way in business and in life, call 800-368-5771. Seller Be Sold, book and audio package. Call 800-368-5771 today.